Lost children in the woods, dead wolf in the woods, dead souls forever in the woods.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hallows Night. Mark Experience's Halloween special game. It is a small campaign in the style of Over the Garden Wall, where we play Babes in the Woods, which is a small RPG game written by Adam Vass and the World Champ Gaming Company, which is inspired by Over the Garden Wall and other similar modern fairy tales about young children being whisked away into other worlds, like Alice in Wonderland, with the Wizard of Oz, etc. The original isekai. Come at me. Hot take. Edit that out in post. Jamie, edit this whole episode out in post.
It's just gonna be an hour long of silence.
Oh no.
The camera comes in a heavily wooded area of the Hollow, a mysterious spanning forest that our children have found themselves trapped and lost inside. A place outside of space and time. We see something moving through the trees, running. We hear heavy panting and panic as a teen rushes through the woods as quickly as possible and dives down a small hill, rolling down and finding on the other side a cave in a stone outcropping. He rushes inside as quickly as possible. The camera pans away from the cave and we see a nice autumn breeze blow through the trees, dropping a few of the leaves off of their branches and blowing them over to a tall, spindly figure. We see a humanoid figure with long limbs, encased in a nice Victorian-era suit. His face is a wolf skull, and he has a red velvet top hat tilted to a jaunty angle. We see bits of grass and weed and wheat growing out from his collar and his sleeves, and the bottom of his pants and his shoes, and even from underneath his hat. He has a nice, exquisite silver cane that he is holding in one of his hands, and he whistles as he slowly walks down the small hill and begins approaching the cave. As he does, he almost seems to grow bigger than life as his form stretches outwards. We see tree roots growing out from the bottom of his pants and his shoes, and we see long branches seeping from his coat and his sleeves. Wheat, long and golden, begins spilling out from underneath his collar, forming a long, tall fan out behind him, and we see tree branches growing out and spiraling from the eye sockets of his skull, and as he stands, growing larger than life, covered in autumnal verdant, spewing from underneath his clothes, he reaches a ivy-covered claw into the cave. And we cut away to a small, cozy room filled with light music. We see our I almost said intrepid heroes. We see our lost children, the Anderson children, and their friend Oswin, the bat, asleep in a train car, surrounded by gentle music and the pleasing smell of pumpkin pie. Outside of the train windows, we see a beautiful orange-red forest passing by at a steady pace. And the area is pleasant enough, and this is where we come in. I would like you to describe your characters.
Riley, first and foremost, the heck? I'm actually curbing my language for this one. The heck?
Yeah, we're gonna also, because this is like a kid's story book sort of feel, we're gonna try to have no swears.
Okay.
Jamie, cut all of this out in post.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go first then.
Jamie, cut the spooky cutscene out in post.
No.
Sorry. Oswin, how about you introduce yourself as you wake up first?
Yes. Oswin, he looks like a little fruit bat that's wearing a striped bow tie that looks like 2 pieces of candy corn put tip to tip. He's technically a 10-year-old boy who was transformed into a bat during his time in the forest. He's been in the forest for a little while. He's not entirely sure how long, but I think we established it couldn't have been more than like a week.
No, we said you'd been there for a while.
A while.
We
But
said
time
it
is
hadn't
weird
been
in
a
the
year,
forest.
but it'd been yeah. You thought you had only been here for about a week, but you'd been
Yeah.
here for you, like it felt like a couple months maybe. Like not quite a year, but around there.
I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my character is Tommy Anderson. He is the little kid. He is like, how old did we say he was?
I
didn't write it
don't
down?
remember us specifying an
6.
age. Yeah,
Okay.
about
It's on
there
your
is what-
sheet.
yeah.
Oh, I
Lovely.
just got off from work. Let me be. He's 6 years old, and he is a very friendly kid, but he kind of also likes kind of some of the weirder stuff. He will go out and, like, if he thinks a leaf is cool, he'll pick up worms and such. He looks like a little cherub from like Renaissance paintings, like the little cherub Renaissance paintings, because I know those aren't actually what cherubs look like, but that's what he looks like, but with like blonde hair. And I remembered, am I still in the pumpkin costume, or is
You are
that changed?
absolutely still in the pumpkin outfit.
Yes! Okay, because I wasn't sure, because I thought Tommy had to change, but...
No, we put a white poncho over the pumpkin.
Oh yeah, so he's in a cute little pumpkin costume with a white poncho over it, because you can bet your ass he still hasn't taken it off.
I think we've taken them off.
No.
Your costumes? You're back in your costumes. You've just taken off the wedding outfits.
Well, Tommy's poncho was over his costume.
Carol would have taken it off.
Damn it.
Yeah.
The wedding's over, Reese.
Let me wear the poncho!
It's gonna be so hot in there for Tommy.
Eh.
Alright, you good,
Mm-hmm.
Reese?
I'm done, yeah.
Okay. I am playing Carol Anderson. She is 14, the older sister of Tommy. She is wearing those plasticky cloth cotton king's robes with a horrible plastic golden red scepter. She has like the white and plasticky gold tunic with a red robe with fake speckled white and black fluff around the collar and a matching king's crown, like English king's crown on her head. Yeah. And she's also got the blonde hair and the blue eyes that Tommy has. She also wears thick, square-ish glasses.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and you are all slowly coming to on a train that you got on previously.
Yeah.
Oswin is currently hanging on to the side of Tommy's pumpkin outfit.
Did Osmond tell us where he got the tickets?
Not last time.
Well, we didn't really establish
Yeah.
an ending.
We can say that Oswin did now if you would
Oswin
like.
definitely would have been like, Scary Wolfman gave me a ticket.
You probably told that to us after we got on the train, because
Yeah.
Carol's like, a freaky wolfman? A freaky wolfman? Why are we on this train?
You got on the train and Carol's like, by the way, Oswin, where'd you get the tickets?
Don't worry about it.
Meanwhile, Tommy's just humming and kicking his little feet. And definitely still, like, singing, like, the wedding tunes, like, humming them, but it's a little, like, off.
Yeah.
Tommy doesn't remember it. He's 6.
Also, probably has no pitch.
Oh yeah, absolutely that too. He's not.
Oh, you said that we woke up here. Are we like in the bed part of the train where like there's just beds embedded into the walls?
Yeah, are we in a bed car or just like a sitting car?
You were in a sitting car.
Ah, we woke up in like a seat.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's like got like nice cushions and like velvet curtains and stuff. Like it's a well appointed, but
Are the
you know.
train car, is it the room train car cushions, or is it like just rows of train seats? Like Harry Potter
there's-
train.
Yeah, it's closer to like a Harry Potter train, but it takes up the whole. Like this isn't a very large train. Like there's maybe 2 rows of seats in this like train that take up like along the sides of the wall.
Okay.
And like with the windows behind the top of the seats, and then there's an open walking space in the middle. Yeah.
Oswin is gonna fly up and hang from one of the curtain rods next to the window.
Oswin, you smell pie.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's hungry. He just took a nice, good nap and he's hungry. So, you guys want to go look for some food with me?
Yeah. You know when little kids are trying to kick themselves like down?
Yeah. Like a little
And
hop.
so yeah, like he kind of like you hear and he gets down. And he gets down there and he's like, I did it! I did it!
Good job,
Incredible.
Tommy. I think in the meantime, we should also be keeping an eye out for maybe a conductor or an employee so we can figure out where we're going.
As you say that, a deep rumbling voice comes over a speaker system. Ladies and gentlemen, the train is proceeding on time. We will be arriving at our destination in a mere matter of moments. Thank you for your patience.
Please leave baggage unattended. Wait, that's not right. You know what? In this world, it might be right.
Other way around. Would the food car be in the behind or in front of us?
Let's go find out!
We can't just split ways. We gotta find out which way the pie is.
There are 2 doors, one at the top of the train carriage that you're in, and one at the back.
I mean, I'd assume we know which direction we came in from, right?
You don't really remember.
You're right. We just teleported to this train.
You remember sitting at a train station and hearing an announcement saying that the train would be pulling up soon? And then, but you kind of, woke up and you're like, oh man, we must have, dozed off after we got on. And
We were
That's
so
where you're at.
tired after that wedding.
Mhm. You kids partied.
I mean,
Tommy did hard time.
I was gonna say Tommy was in jail. I'm gonna say Tommy goes, Oswald, can you follow your nose? Follow your nose! Find the pie!
Yeah. Is that a thing I can roll for, Riley?
Sure, man. Osmond, if you want to roll Gander
can I roll Forest Expert?
No, Forest Expert is not
It's
relevant
about
in
knowing
this
where
case.
we're going, right? So if we want to know how to get to the train car...
I believe it is referring to the world at large, not do I go one train car over or one train car over the other direction.
You're no fun, Riley.
I would like you
Alright.
to do
What, do you want me to
Gander
roll
instead.
Gander?
Yes.
Alright. At least that's one of the ones I have a bonus
Mhm.
on. Or, not a negative on. So. I got an 8.
Not bad.
An 8 for Gander. What does that
Yes.
get ya?
So I get to ask 2 questions. One answer will be true and the other will be a lie.
Absolutely.
Riley, are you sure that this is the... Riley, this doesn't seem to be the move that I should be asking if I want to know where to go.
I feel that it is.
What happened here recently? Who made the pie?
If you want, I would say if you want to know what direction the pie went, what happened here recently is probably a good one for that.
Where's the pie?
What should I be wary of?
Yeah.
The pie!
Yeah. I think I want to ask what happened here recently, as well as what here is not what it appears to be.
Okay.
Because we don't
sure.
currently remember which direction we came on, so.
And I get to lie to you?
Yeah, one
Yeah.
answer will
Oh,
betray
That's
the other's a lie.
incredible. Okay.
I don't
Just
like
lie.
that.
Nobody's baking a pie.
You know that the pie cart probably headed from the conductor's area down, so it seems like the reason why the smell is so strong in here is because the pie cart just passed through here and went into the carriage behind you.
We missed
And
it.
what here is not as it appears to be, nothing. This is a perfectly ordinary, very nice train.
Thank you
Shut
for
up,
making it so
Riley.
obvious.
Yeah, I know which one's the lie.
I know.
Do we,
I don't
though?
I don't want to
Do
lie
we,
to you.
though?
That's me.
Do we? Plot twist, the pie cart has not yet come through.
Yeah.
And there is actually nothing here.
The
pie
pie
is
cart
a
started
lie.
in the caboose and went towards the conductor. I've got you now.
You've solved my pie riddle.
You failed my pie riddle.
No.
Failed
Um,
it?
Oswin kind of sniffs from his perch on the curtain rod, and he's like, I think they're headed that way. Maybe we can catch up to them.
Well, that's kind of in the opposite direction of the conductor.
Well, I didn't want to go see the conductor anyways.
I don't know where we're going.
I have left you with a conundrum.
How dare you.
Cackles the Marquis of the Hollow.
What does it say on the ticket?
Do we still have the tickets?
You guys start patting around for the tickets. You don't know where they are.
By the way, guys, Tommy's already started following the pie.
Oh,
Tommy
no.
is out of here, yes.
Oswin's like, the moment Carol looks down to start looking for the ticket, because Oswin's not carrying the tickets, Oswin's a bat. Oswin just heads after Tommy.
Carol looks up to find herself alone in this carriage and just bolts after you
The
screaming.
door just like closing behind them.
I keep forgetting Carol has such
incredible.
bad anxiety because of Tommy.
So you all move down one train car into the next carriage, and you see an almost identical train room to the one you were just in, save for the fact that this one is filled with people, and I'm using people in a very loose sense of the word. You see a snack cart being pushed by a Raggedy Ann doll that is the size of a human woman. 5'6", a 5'6" Raggedy Ann doll. And
That's taller than
above
me.
her, and she is in this cornflower blue dress with a little
classic
train
dress, yeah.
badge, and a little hat. And above her head is flapping a very large, bright scarlet red butterfly. And the Raggedy Ann is pushing this snack cart that has little pieces of pumpkin pie and cider, little tiny old-fashioned cookies wrapped up in wax paper, and little snacks and toffees, and also appears to have some form of coffee in a little thing that she can pour out. At the very back is what appears to be a teenage boy who was dressed in old he's dressed like a Newsies, where he has the little paperboy cap that he's pushed down in front of his eyes. He has tousled reddish brown hair that's kind of messy. He has a toothpick sticking out of his mouth, and he has a little plaid jacket and waistcoat and baggy trousers, those really high old-fashioned socks. The thing that sets him apart from you as children is the fact that he has very large fairy wings spread out behind him.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah?
This is our second episode.
Mhm.
And we're on a train.
Yes.
Chapter 2 of the Adventure Zone was Murder on the Rockport Limited.
Shoot,
Is this
it wasn't?
Angus MacDonald?
No, he's he looks like a punk teen.
But the
No,
Newsies
like
outfit.
This is our Angus MacDonald.
This is
The
our
cooler
Angus
Angus MacDonald.
This is Christian Bale's character in Newsy, but like a fairy. And the other, getting himself a couple slices of pumpkin pie is a large boar. Just black, shaggy, matted fur, like red eyes that are like facing different directions, and these like large pointed tusks. And he is dressed, in just like these very messy, like workerman, like tailor clothes, and he has like a little tape measure, and he has like a bag that sat next to him in the chair that looks like it has a bunch of cobbler supplies. And he has helped himself to 3 pieces of pumpkin pie, which are all in their own little dishes. So he is just stacking these little dishes on his arm. And that is what you see in this room.
Oswin immediately flies over and, like, grabs onto the front of the cart and is like, trick or treat!
Oh,
Tommy sticks out his little pumpkin, his plastic pumpkin basket. He goes, trick or treat!
The Raggedy Ann, like, turns and tilts its head and looks at you, and it just has those, like, painted-on circle eyes. And it just, like, looks at Oswin for a moment, and then slowly with a cloth hand reaches out and picks up Oswin and sets Oswin on Tommy, and then just puts 2 pieces of pie in Tommy's little, pumpkin candy holder.
Oh, yeah!
Just, like, drops them in.
Oswin's immediately diving in after.
And then, like, pours you 2 little tin cups of cider.
Oh.
Carol, you better get in here or you're not gonna get any.
Carol kicks the door down.
Carol kicks the door down.
Tiny little king just in the little, like, red robe with the white and black fluff around the collar.
No, she doesn't do that. But she does run in and, like, stop panting right behind them. It's like, stop running off!
The Raggedy Ann, like, silently turns and looks at you and just is staring. And, like, is not moving as this large boar helps himself to a 4th little piece of pumpkin pie. And he's,
They've
like,
gotta be running out of pumpkin pie at this point.
He's, like, wiggling his little hoof fingers, and he goes,
Oh my gosh.
"Oh, but of course, I see the children have chosen cider, which is an excellent decision, but I can't help but find myself being drawn to the coffee. Madam, what kind of coffee is it? Is it black, or have you added any milk and sugar?" And the Raggedy Ann's head slowly turns and looks at the boar. And the little butterfly flaps down and lands on the Raggedy Ann's head and goes, Raggedy Ann can't answer you, and it's just black coffee. We have a little bit of milk and sugar if you'd like to add that, but it's just black. And goes, right. Is there any extra charge if I were to take a small cup of coffee and a small cup of cider? And the butterfly very exasperatedly goes, "There's no charge. This is all complimentary by the Marquis. You're welcome to help yourself." And the boar goes, yes, of course. And he starts...
swipes everything off the table into his lap.
He takes a little tin cup of cider and he pours it into his giant mouth, and it's just like a drop. And then he sets that down and he takes a little bit of coffee and he pours that into his mouth, and it's just a drop. And he looks at his 2 empty tin cups and is so sad.
Hi, Miss Butterfly? I have a question.
There's no need to be formal. My name is Irene. Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, Irene. We were wondering if you knew where this train is going to stop next.
Oh, did you just miss the conductor? He assures us that we'll be stopping any moment.
Do you know where?
I can't say that I'm certain. We have a lot of stops,
I would like to say Tommy is not in the conversation. Tommy is munching on the
Yeah. Tommy and
munching on
Osmond
the
are just, like, sitting in a chair
pieces of
next to the
pie.
boar.
Oswin's still in the pumpkin bowl,
Yeah.
eating the pumpkin pie in the
Yeah.
pumpkin bowl.
Yes, excellent.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Sorry, I've been kind of keeping myself busy with the passengers on the train. I haven't really been paying attention to where we are in the tracks. But the conductor says that we're getting close, so we probably will be stopping any moment. Raggedy Ann turns and stares at you silently.
Carol just kind of tenses, nods, and slowly turns and sits down across from Tommy and Oswin.
Carol doesn't get any of the train snacks?
She probably, grabs little bits of crust from Tommy's because he's not eating that.
Okay. Carol, you sit opposite of Tommy because Tommy sat down next to the boar. And the boar kind of turns and is looking at you, Tommy. And, is eyeing your piece of pumpkin pie and, licks his lips. And, leans down with his big wet nose.
That boar is going to eat you.
I say, small child, do you plan on finishing that?
And he points at your tiny little slice of pumpkin pie.
That you're in the middle of eating.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll share. And he breaks it apart and holds one out.
Ah, how wonderful to see that children these days still know their manners.
Excellent, excellent. And he reaches into his jacket pocket and he pulls out a silver knife and fork that are far too small for him.
What?
And he cuts off a sliver of pumpkin pie and takes it and places it into his mouth and licks his chops. And goes,
Ambrosia, don't you agree?
Does Tommy knows what that means?
Good
No.
question.
No, Tommy is 6, but he's just gonna nod his head like he understands.
Carol's just like, tell me, Mr. Boar, where did you come from?
Please, Mr. Ball was my fault. You can call me Beauregard.
Boy,
I'm
Boy?
going to kill you.
I'm the town cobbler, you see, over at Hampstead, just a little bit up the tracks.
Oswin pops his head out of the bucket and he's like, Hampstead sounds like a great place.
Oh, it's excellent! Excellent, dear brat. Oh, the nightlife is fantastic. What restaurants, what cuisine, what food.
I was in jail.
Oh!
You see on the other side of the train in kind of the shadows, the teen fairy in the newsy outfit kind of smirks a little bit and
not
chews.
Angus MacDonald.
He's not. He's a teen rowdy boy.
That's
He's
what
not
I
a
said.
sweet
The
boy.
not Angus MacDonald.
He twirls. Not every young person in a news cap is Angus
On
MacDonald.
a train.
Rowan. He's got fairy wings and he looks like he's a rowdy boy.
Carol, throws her hands up in the air. She's like, it was an accident. It was an accident. It was a misunderstanding. He wasn't actually in jail.
Oh, how dreadful! Oh, how dreadful! What a shame that these things happen. I'm sure that what are they called? The little nutcracker men that run around, the Marquise men. I'm sure that they do the best that they can, but of course, they make mistakes. They're not very bright fellows, I do say. Excuse me.
And the cart has been slowly making its way towards the door, and Raggedy Ann freezes, and Irene goes, "Of course, sir. Is there anything else?" And he goes,
I do believe that I could use another couple of smackaroos from your delightful little cart.
And Irene sighs and goes, "Of course, sir." And slowly just walks backwards into the exact position that she was in, and he begins to take little plates of pie off again.
Customer service at its finest.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say.
Beauregard keeps talking.
Do we understand what he's saying as he's eating food?
He's like talking, and the little pieces of pie are small for children, so they are like nothing for this massive boar man.
Oh.
Why are they so small?
Like popcorn
He's like
pie.
dropping them into his mouth.
Why are they so small?
They're little train snacks.
Speaking of popcorn, is there kettle corn on the cart?
There absolutely is like old-timey kettle corn.
Yes. Probably also wrapped up in a little wax bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Oswald's gonna hop onto the cart, and he starts, like, he grabs one of those bags in his mouth and, like, flaps his way back over to Tommy.
Irene, like, protests. She's like, excuse me, sir, you can't just... and she's immediately distracted by, Beauregard, like, trying to take one of the saucer, like the little saucer of milk that they provided, and pour it into his coffee, but he has confused all the little tin cups he has, and so he's pouring milk into his cider, and Irene is now trying to stop this from happening, but it's too late.
And she is a little butterfly.
Tommy just is staring in, like, that childish horror of not knowing what is going on.
Oswald drops the bag into Tommy's bucket and is like, Tommy, I need you to help me open this.
Okay. Tommy just...
you can't get the ding-dang thing open.
No.
Got a little twist tie. Kids just don't know.
Yeah,
it's the twine that it's like tied shut with is tied really tight, and your chubby little sticky child hands are immune to it.
Carol holds her hand out.
Yeah, and Tommy just holds it, just pats it and goes, open please.
Carol, you can't for the life of you undo this twine.
What?
It's like steel thread.
What?
Can I roll step up? You're a big kid and you have to protect those who can't protect themselves. I must feed this boy.
This is for blocking or deterring attacks. This is
attack
fine.
on my little boy's health.
Okay, if I did not let Oswin use their forest knowledge move to know where the pie is, I'm absolutely not going to let you use step up to undo twine.
Can I roll teeth?
For
what?
I want to roll teeth. I use my teeth on it.
As you go to bite it, you hear like, here, you can use this. The teenager on the other side with the fairy wings, he's walked over and he's pulled out a butterfly knife.
Ah!
And he like flicks and cuts the twine off. And then like spins it around and puts it into his pocket.
Good lord, as it's in my mouth and I'm trying to pull on it, just
no,
knife
as
in
you're
your
going
face.
to place it into your mouth.
Tommy's eyes are now wide and he goes, that was so cool!
There's no need to act like animals.
Can I see the knife? And Tommy's with his grubby baby hands.
Oswin has dived into the bag of popcorn.
I'm gonna
now
roll
that it's
brace
open.
yourself on my pride.
Yeah, sure, kid. And he tosses you the knife.
Oh
Yes! Would I have to roll anything to hold
catch it?
You catch it, it's closed.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Tommy just goes, ooh, and starts fiddling with it way too close to his face.
You cannot figure out how to open this thing.
Tommy is going to figure it out, damn it.
Right. And he leans down and he like looks at you and he's like twisting the toothpick in his mouth and he goes, there's a trick to it.
And Tommy's just wide-eyed. Yeah? Tell me. I want to know.
Flip it over.
Tommy does that.
If you do, you see like it has like wooden handles. Did I say butterfly knife? I'm describing a switchblade. I do not know why I said butterfly knife.
I was like, you are describing a switchblade.
Yeah, I don't know what I am doing.
Wait, butterfly knife, it has two handles that can flip around kind of like a multi-tool.
No, I don't know why I said butterfly knife. I think it's because there's literally a butterfly in this scene.
Yeah.
It is a switchblade.
Butterfly knives are so much cooler, though.
Yeah. There is, on the on the wooden handle, there's like engraved a twisting pumpkin vine, and there are different pumpkins
It's your
on it.
symbol, Tommy.
And he's like, if you can
Marquee.
figure out which order to rub your thumb across the pumpkins on, it'll just pop right open.
And Tommy, let me say, Tommy's still doing it incredibly close.
How big is this fairy?
He looks like he's like a 15, 16-year-old boy.
Okay, so he's like our size.
Yeah.
Well, like Carol's size.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carol's 14, so.
I was
Not
just
Tommy.
imagining like a 1-foot fairy carrying a knife the size of itself.
No.
No, he's like the size of a human. Right. I do believe you've met Beauregard. My name is Herbert. And
Herbert?
you might be?
I'm Tommy.
Nice to meet you, Tommy. Charming little outfit you have there.
Thank you. I picked it out myself.
Exquisite.
I'm Carol. Thanks for giving my 6-year-old brother a knife.
Da-da-dee-dee-doo, doo-dee-doo, and he's just having the time of his life.
Because in these woods, frankly, I believe every 6-year-old child should have a knife.
I would like to say I love Herbert with all my heart already. Like,
And you might be, and he looks at the little bat that is now chowing down on kettle corn.
Yeah. Osmond, like, pops his head up like a piece of kettle corn just in his little bat mouth, and he drops it really quick, and he's like, I'm Oswin. And then he picks it back up and starts chomping on it.
Oh.
Right. Nice to meet you, Osmond, Carol, Tommy. He moves across and he sits across from you, and he crosses his legs and like leans down and like slouches.
Wait, so he's
and
sitting
puts-
next to me?
No, he's
across
sitting across from.
yeah.
Across
hall.
the
train.
hall. Okay.
Raggedy Ann and Irene are now slowly making their escape with a mostly empty cart. Beauregard sighs very sadly, reaches into his cobbler's kit, and pulls out a sandwich. And he starts to eat the sandwich.
Oh.
Okay, is it like a good sandwich, or is it a boring, like, bologna and mayo?
Oh, it's a good sandwich. This thing
Oh.
is stuffed.
Ooh.
oh, damn.
Well, Osmond's got his popcorn, so he's good for now.
Yeah.
Carol's stomach grumbles a little, but she looks away.
Goes, so, how long have you all been on the train? Don't look familiar to me.
Time is weird here, but I think we got here last night.
Right. What stop are you getting off on?
The next one?
Ah, and when do you suppose that will be?
The conductor said soon, so I assume soon.
As you say that, the conductor's voice comes over the speaker system. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your conductor speaking. The train is running on schedule. I hope you have enjoyed the snack cart as provided by Raggedy Ann and Irene. We will be pulling into the station in a mere matter of moments. Thank you for your patience. And the speaker system turns off again.
Thank you, Mr. Conductor Man.
Oh.
I have a suspicion.
Herbert's eye twitches.
This might be a weird question, but has this train ever stopped?
He shrugs.
How did we get on the train?
He chuckles and shrugs.
How do we get off the train?
He throws back his head and laughs.
Oh dear.
Why do we get the train?
Who did we get on the train?
I'll do you one better. Wise Gamora.
Exactly. Herbert just, like, laughs. And, he's, like, laughing really hard. And he, like, gets up and, like, rubs his eyes. He's like, oh, right, good one. And he walks out of the train car.
That wasn't a joke!
And Beauregard puffs, and through a mouthful of sandwich, which he just kind of dropped into his maw, he goes, don't mind him. Didn't you hear the conductor? We'll be pulling up to Hampstead shortly. I'm sure of it.
How long have you been waiting for your stop?
Oh, well, you know how these things are. Train rides are such... quite slow, aren't they?
Listen, if we couldn't get off the train, wouldn't there be like a ton more people on the train? We're fine.
This is exactly how murder mysteries go.
How what? Go what?
It's fine. Carol, like, gets up and just starts pacing back and forth. She is freaking out.
Hey, Tommy.
What?
I'm bored. Do you want to walk up and down the train?
Yes! And Tommy's already out the door, still with the switchblade, mind you!
Oh my god!
Herbert did not ask for it!
He cannot figure out... If you're going to leave, Herbert, like... Oh, Herbert left! Never mind.
And he left without the switchblade.
Yeah, because he was laughing so hard, he's just like, oh, go. He takes off.
Tommy has the switchblade, and Tommy is fiddling where he said to open it.
Yeah, you're rubbing pumpkins trying to figure out how to open the switchblade.
Okay, he told Tommy, so Tommy will figure it out.
Which way does Tommy go? Following the train? Following the food cart, or away from the food cart?
There is only one door in this cart. This looks like it's the last one.
Oh, okay. So they went back up to the front.
Okay, you move back into the train car that you were all in when you woke up. And,
Are there windows?
There are windows outside, yeah.
Can I open a window?
No. You can look out the window, though.
Is there, like, a hatch on the top of the train? Because usually that's there.
Not that you can see.
Is there a secret hatch in the floor?
Not that you can see.
Carol marches onward.
Does Tommy go into the next car forward?
Yep, Tommy's just continuing. Tommy
Okay.
doesn't care.
You step into the carriage and you see this snack cart. Again with Irene and Raggedy Ann. In the seats you see Herbert, who is like still kind of like smiling to himself. In another seat you see two little beetles. One in a very nice like old pilgrim outfit, and the other in like a pilgrim dress. And they are sharing a seat together, these two tiny little beetles, the size of beetles. And then, in another seat, you just see a straight up skeleton.
Riley!
Yeah?
Can I make an animal companion with the beetles? Please! Please!
Again, they are wearing full outfits.
These are
don't
people
care.
beetles.
You can
these
only
are
do it
people
with, like, non-sentient ones.
We're in a magic world. What is non-sentient animals?
Just a normal animal. There are normal animals.
We have not encountered any so far.
We'll find some soon.
And I want an animal companion. So Tommy's just like, hi, what's going on here? And he's just kind of gesturing both to the beetles and the skeleton, like moving the arms. What's going on?
The skeleton does not move.
Of course
It is just a skeleton in a seat. Just like I
Is
know
it
you
just
can't
like
see.
draped over the seat?
Yeah,
Like it's not
it
even
is
like
just
upright?
draped over. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like Tommy goes, what happened to your friend?
The beetles look at each other. Herbert suddenly grows deadly serious and he leans forward and he steeples his hands in front of him and he goes, That is the skeleton of someone that was trapped on this train.
Carol screams.
Carol's not even in the room.
Herbert and the skeleton burst out laughing. The skeleton straightens up and is like clapping its hands together.
Tommy goes, Herbert, can you carry me through? Piggyback ride. Or, no, you have wings, not piggyback.
Herbert
Fireman
picks
ride!
you up and sits you down on his shoulders.
Yeah! And Tommy goes, woo!
Which is great because Oswin's on top of Tommy, so
Mhm.
now we've got...
Yes!
So now you're both getting a ride from Herbert.
Carol's gonna roll for sad. Carol rolled an 8. She's very sad.
He goes, I would like to introduce you to my very dear friend Orwell. And Orwell, the skeleton, like, after it's done laughing, he goes, right, yes, I'm so sorry, I couldn't resist. Oh, it gets them every time, it's a skeleton joke, right? It's a skeleton joke. I lay down, I pretend to be a skeleton. Oh, it's so good, yes. Oh, they fall for it every time. I am Orwell. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I love Orwell so much.
Orwell's great. The
Oswald
Jamie
looks
part
at
of me is like, yes, I love Orwell.
Oswin looks over at Orwell and is like, Orwell, I know you're a skeleton, but you're not wearing a costume. It's Halloween. You're wearing nothing.
Orwell looks down and, kind of stares down at his skeletal frame and looks back up and goes, right, yes, I do suppose that would make me naked now, wouldn't it?
Do you need my pumpkin outfit? I have stuff like shirt and pants under.
I don't believe it would fit, small pumpkin child. But I appreciate the offer. No, I prefer to be free. Feel the breeze on my bones, as it were.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but Jamie, just the fact that I would like to say Reese thinks Herbert is sus as hell, but Tommy loves Herbert. But I also love Herbert. But I think Herbert is
It's the
sus
same
as hell.
thing. It's the same but opposite thing with Orwell. Carol is terrified of Orwell, but I love Orwell.
Like, I know something's up with Herbert, but I also still love him. And I know Tommy would adore him.
Carol kind of just starts inching through the train car to the other end.
You open the door, and on the other side is a big, steel. It's the engine of the train. It's the front where the steam locomotive is.
That is
only,
a
like,
3
3
train
cars.
car train.
Mm-hmm. It absolutely is. And
That is very small.
the door is like this massive steel wrought door, and it has a tiny little slide that is shut on it.
Carol knocks on it.
After a moment, the little slide opens and you see a brilliant glowing blue eye about the size of the slide, like pushed up against the slide, and it looks down at you.
Hi, I was just wondering if we could talk for a moment.
The eye blinks.
Just for a moment, just for the comfort of the passengers, I just had a question that might clear something up. You know, my friends were being all worried.
Cuts to Tommy and Oswin, who are absolutely not worried.
Having a horseback ride on Herbert.
I was like, we're having the time of our lives.
What do you want, child?
Well, just because of, like, my little brother being anxious and hyper, we were wondering what time you might think we will be stopping, just to get his nerves down a little.
We will be pulling into the next stop in a matter of moments.
Yeah, it just seems like you've been saying that for a very long time.
The slide is shut.
So that's... Uh-oh.
What if I kick down the door?
You are like 14.
The steel plate door?
I was like,
Yes.
you are 14.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
Unless you somehow know several different types of martial art, that's not gonna happen. Like, what?
This is a very small train.
It is really small. I will admit that's.
I don't like this.
Tommy's just enjoying the piggyback rides with Herbert. Tommy is
Hell
literally
yeah.
just like having the grandest of times.
Herbert grows tired and is like, all right, and he tosses you down onto a chair, which you see like his stuff. He's got like an umbrella and like an old like duffel bag style, like almost Mary Poppins style bag.
Oh my gosh. I love that. And Tommy's like, ooh, what's in the bag?
He goes, right, well, do you promise to be very good?
Yes, the only reason I was in jail is because the Nutcracker was mean.
Right. Do you promise to tell no one of what you see inside?
Yeah.
All right, then. Come close.
Tommy leans in.
Oswin, are you also on
Yeah.
the pumpkin still? Okay.
Yeah.
And he goes, and I expect the oath of secrecy from you as well, Oswin. And he glances furtively to the left at the beetles that are making out on the chair.
Oh my god!
And he glances at the snack cart and Raggedy Ann and Irene, who are not really paying attention. And then he slowly zips open the bag, and he slowly tilts it over so you can look inside, and it is filled with leaves.
Tommy goes, whoa! Wait, I love leaves! I love leaves!
He goes, they are the prettiest fall leaves that I can come across. And he pulls one out and he twists it in his hand, and like it's these gorgeous, big, perfect, crunchy, not broken, just absolute perfect like fall autumn leaves, like fresh off the branch.
Osmond's like, he's like, okay, but also kind of disappointed because it
Yeah.
wasn't what he was expecting.
No, Tommy is
You were
literally...
expecting contraband.
Yeah.
Tommy is literally like wide-eyed. This is like... I literally said, for
Tommy's
the listeners...
dream is to find the perfect leaf.
I was gonna say, yeah, like, in the listeners, who are new, when I first did it, I just remembered Tommy loves looking for leaves and picking up like nice leaves and like all that. I know I said Tommy likes all that stuff, but I never specified. Tommy loves fall leaves. Oh my gosh.
He goes, tell you what, I'll give you my favorite if you give me back my knife.
Aww. Fine.
Fair trade.
Okay. And Tommy just hands
Thank
the knife back.
goodness.
He places the leaf he's twisting down back in the bag, and he starts to root around in it. And Tommy, the leaves are covering something in the bag. And then he pulls out a spectacular yellow golden leaf that is just turning red at the ends. So it looks a little bit like a feather or like a piece of fire almost, and it is perfect. It is big. It is crunchy. It is that like hard and twisted way, but it hasn't broken at all. It is perfect. And he reaches out his hand for the knife.
Oh. And then Tommy starts reaching out, and then Tommy goes, wait.
As his focus is on Tommy, Osmond gets an idea and just yells, leaf pile, and then dives towards the bag.
Incredible, Oswin. That's gonna be a roll for sure.
What am I rolling?
Cause mischief.
Yeah, let me check cause mischief.
I mean,
Is it
Yeah,
a trap, a deception,
you do
or
have cause
other
mischief.
trick?
but am I making up a scheme? I'm more just doing like a...
Does harm? This is like the attack move. Oh, that's right. They describe harm as emotional harm too. So this doesn't necessarily have to be attacking him.
Physically.
Yeah.
So, what?
We'll do cause mischief, sure.
Alright.
He'll take 1 harm of emotional damage.
Oh, I get to roll Noodle? Amazing. So I already described the plan. He's just gonna yell Leaf Pile and dive in. Because that's what Oswin likes to do. And I rolled a 9.
Nice.
Nice.
Your scheme works and does 1 harm, but any items you use are destroyed in the process.
I'm not using items, so.
But I could destroy your bow tie.
No!
What would destroy my bow tie?
Whatever's
You
in the
don't know, there
bag.
could be a
If
snake in
anything,
here.
I feel like I'd crush a leaf or something.
Yeah, you dive in, you crush leaves, you hit something hard on the inside of the bag. There's just like a layer of leaves placed on top. It's like a shoebox?
It's not the comfy leaf pile I thought it
No,
would be.
it's absolutely not. Like at the bottom of this bag, there's like there's a shoebox and like a doll, and like pieces of candy like tucked under the
Candy.
thing. And you hear Herbert go, "Right, well that's enough of that." And he reaches in, grabs you, and pulls you up and tosses you aside. He grabs his knife, tosses it into his bag, and he closes it.
Wait!
He takes 1 emotional harm. His eyes have grown cold and narrowed, and he goes, "I believe that's enough horseplay." And he gets up and goes, "I will wait for our next stop at the back of the train with the pig." And he
Wait!
kind of storms out.
No! And Tommy runs after him because Tommy didn't do anything!
Oh, he grabs his umbrella also.
Yeah.
Tommy
Always things.
rushes after and Tommy goes, "Wait, no! Wait! Did I get the leaf? I want the leaf!"
You got the leaf.
I did okay. I genuinely did not hear that. But Tommy's like, wait!
You
Carol
didn't get the
kinda
leaf.
grabs your shoulders like, I think it's best to let him have some alone time for now.
Should Oswin have taken harm by being thrown out by... Considering I did get a 7 to 9.
Yeah, I'll say you take 1 harm and Herbert takes 1 harm.
Oswin kind of sits up like, that wasn't very nice. That hurt.
He's hiding something.
Yeah, a bunch of junk under leaves.
Suspicious junk.
I thought the leaves were the...
Tommy has been bamboozled. Tommy has faced a deception. An adult has lied to Tommy.
Tommy feels betrayed.
Is that a thing adults can do?
I know.
Oswin sits up and is like, do you think if I broke a bone, Orwell can help me?
Orwell goes, "I'm sorry, what?" You know I don't just have 3 bones, right? Like, these are all mine.
Okay, you guys all believe that there's something weird going on here, right?
Tommy, it literally is looking like he's having the existential crisis, but he's sick.
It's not just me, right?
Again, Tommy is looking like his whole entire worldview has been shifted.
Everything here is weird, and everyone's really mean, especially the Marquis. I know that. I've been here a little while.
But there's something bad about this train.
I thought Herbert was cool.
I want to get off.
Can I kick down a door? A window, I mean?
I'm like, there's 3 doors. But...
If you have, like, a hard item to take a crack at the window
I have
with.
my staff.
I was gonna say.
Oh, yes you do,
Isn't that
sure.
just like a plastic staff, though?
It's plastic.
It's hard enough to, like, take a whack at it without hurting Carol's arms, though, I'd say.
I don't have an attack move, though.
Yeah, when you roll, basic moves, you take a minus that you don't have, you take a -2 to them,
Yeah.
correct? Alright, I'd like
Carol's
you to roll.
losing her mind, though. She's gonna do it anyway. Well, that's a 2.
Oh.
2 total?
Yep.
You smack a window with your scepter and it reverbs.
Like
Let
a
me
plastic
see.
bat, just bonk.
I get to do something mean now.
Oh no.
Oh!
Because you did a
We're
fail.
gonna get thrown out for trying to vandalize property.
In my woods? You did a fail? In my woods? There are no fails allowed in my woods. You snap your scepter right in half.
No!
Aww.
No!
I would like you to remove your item, please, Carol.
Carol, do you have a Shakespearean quote for such a tragic moment?
Probably do. Where is it?
There's dramatic, situational.
Yeah, I sorted them.
I know. Final territory. I remembered you added wedding. I would like to say,
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one.
which one?
Carol's just like kneeling on the floor holding the remains of her scepter, which are just two large pieces of scepter, one in each hand, holding it like one would a lover that's dying. And she just wails, "Our doubts are traitors, and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt."
Tommy, kind of both used to this and also a little confused. He just goes to the steel door and knocks a few times.
Same thing happens. The little slide is pushed open and a bright blue massive eye that fills up the entire slide presses out.
Tommy goes, when can we get off of this? And I'm using grift because Riley's saying do something against herself.
Wait, hold up. Shouldn't Jamie have gotten to roll recite poetry?
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
Can we cover that first before we...
Yeah, we'll give Jamie can roll to recite poetry.
Yeah. Girl, noodle.
What am I adding to
Plus
recite
0.
poetry
Noodle.
again?
Plus 0.
Zero.
And you know what? I will let you get your item bonus from this, so you get a +1. This is your scepter's last hurrah, as it gives you a +1 to reciting this poem.
It's not enough.
Aw.
Got a 6.
Oh, no.
Aw.
6 on a recite poetry. I get to take another DM.
Well, Jamie gets 2 XP, so...
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, Jamie!
I'm almost leveled up.
The big kid is almost a big kid.
Um,
Alright, sorry, Jamie. I should have not said anything.
No, it's fine.
I was hoping that, like, you'd have some dramatic revelation as your
Yeah,
stat, right?
I was hoping so too. Man.
Carol, while you are wailing this poem, you are like on your knees and you're looking out the window, tears in your eyes, holding the 2 pieces of your scepter. The train passes by a town. You see a sign. It says, Toffeewell, established, population. When you're at Toffeewell, everything's sweeter. And you see a small town populated by cats.
Carol is no longer bawling. She is staring wide-eyed out the window and she's frozen.
Grift.
Yeah, and now we'll cut back to Tommy.
So I'm gonna roll grift because Tommy is directly asking this can we get off? Like, Tommy wants to get off now. Tommy is upset. Tommy wants to go home. So hold on. Tommy is directly, so I'm rolling that, and that's,
You're upholding my lie.
well, right now Tommy's upset. Tommy just got betrayed.
Can Tommy get a +1 to this since I already
Well,
said
Tommy
that Tommy was nervous?
Tommy has a +2 already.
+3.
Yeah, sure.
Hell yeah.
I'll count what happened last time as an aid.
+3, that's an 11.
Nice.
It says they trust you and will do what you say as long as it doesn't endanger them directly. Tommy is asking if they themselves can get off, not hurting the eye.
Hold still. The slide slams shut, and you hear the sounds of locks being undone and a heavy steel wheel being turned. From the outside, we see the door open, and then a large, furry black claw reach out, bigger than Tommy, gently pick up Tommy, and pull him into the conductor's room, and then the door closes. Tommy, you are in the conductor's. You're at the top of the train. You're in the train engine. You're in the conductor's area. You are being held in the paw of the biggest badger you have ever seen. It is this huge, enormous badger stuffed into a train conductor's outfit. And it is so big, it almost fills the entire room. To the side, you see a pantry full of little snacks and like a small little kitchen area. And up front, you see all the apparatus to keep a steam train moving. And you see a chair over on the other side. You ever see those pictures of like an animal being put into a cage that it's just a little bit too big for? So It looks like a square, perfect cube of like fluff and fat, like being like pushing out the cage a little bit.
Yes.
That's what this badger looks like, but for this entire train room. And it has these bright blue piercing eyes. And he is holding you in one of his hands.
Can we get my sister and my friend?
Patience is important, little one. And he boops your nose.
Okay! And Tommy's so much happier now!
It is my job to keep the train running on time. And he reaches into with his other hand, reaches into a container full of coal. He picks it up, he opens the furnace, and just with his hand, he puts the coal into the furnace.
Whoa!
And then pulls it out. And then, like, shakes the embers off of the fur of his hand. And he closes it.
Oh my god, it's so cool!
And he goes, "Child!" And he's, like, kind of tries to sit down, but it really, like, this area isn't big enough for him. So he just kind of, like, maneuvers his butt a little bit more underneath him. And he goes, "Child, it has been a long time since I've conversed with one as small and cute as yourself." And he tousles your hair.
Thank you. Just...
Do you know any songs? Perhaps a joke?
Kinda, maybe. I'm 6, so I kinda know only a few. I don't know a lot. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
At least he's patient.
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
Ah! Incredible.
This is the purest interaction ever on our show. This is the purest interaction.
Delightful, delightful. You simply must stay here with me. We will tell each other jokes and sing each other songs to while away the hour.
Okay. Tommy doesn't know. Okay.
Okay. He leans in very close and he goes, "A ham sandwich walks into a bar and orders
What's a bar?
beer."
What's a bar?
Ah, quite. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, but we don't serve food here."
Hey.
Huh? What's a bar? Tommy's so caught up on the bar thing. Tommy doesn't know what a bar is.
I'll try one more.
And he's thinking, and he's thinking, and he goes, how about a song?
Woo!
And he starts to yodel.
Oh no!
And with that, we will cut back outside to Carol and Osmond.
Whoo boy! Carol is freaking out.
I
was
assume
gonna say,
Carol's like at the door.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say,
Carol's like screaming Tommy's name.
He cannot hear you over the yodeling.
I assume we can hear the yodeling.
Yeah, there's like a faint yodeling.
Tommy! Tommy, oh god, they're torturing me! Tommy, can you hear me? Can you hear?
Orwell goes, oh dear, it started again. This happens with some level of frequency. He, like, sticks fingers into non-existent ears.
Oswin gets up on, like, Carol's, puffy king hat and is like, Carol, can you slide the little door open?
Maybe?
Carol, you can certainly try.
I can try,
Can you put
yeah.
your palm against it and, like...
Mm-hmm. If you forgot to lock it, like,
Do I
if
have
you,
to roll
you know,
for that?
if you played your cards right, you should be able to move it.
Yeah, I try.
I was gonna say he was busy with a small child.
I want this to be a roll, but I don't know what it would be. I'm tempted to make this another cause mischief.
Okay. It's gonna be a -2 for me.
Yeah, and this will be emotional harm to the conductor.
Carol also has so much emotional harm. That is noodle great. That's a 5.
Oh my
Guess
goodness.
what? Carol leveled up.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
Yeah. Having
This is
fun
tough,
there
man.
deciding our fate.
Yeah. Carol was the one that rolled bad, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Carol.
Yeah.
When Oswin, not Oswin, sorry, Orwell, when Orwell gets up, and stretches, and goes, I think I will be moving over to the other car. Let's get a little, yodely in here for my taste.
This is hard. I love
And
it.
he turns to the two beetles, and he goes, sir, madam, and he tips an invisible hat, and he starts to walk out. You think, if you used Orwell as an item, you could probably break the window.
We're not gonna do that, right?
I might.
You know, like a skull or an arm, if you pop it off and you toss it at the window, you imagine that could break it pretty easy. It's made out of bone.
Give me one moment.
Carol just has gone completely feral and stir crazy.
I mean, to be fair, Carol's little brother is possibly in danger, so...
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say.
Carol rushes over to him before he can leave, grabs his leg, stares into his eyes, and says, "Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown," tears off his femur bone and slams it against the window.
Are you rolling hurt or recite poetry for that?
I don't know.
Poetry is about revealing something, right?
Yeah?
We'll do hurt.
Okay. Oh, which one's hurt? Hurt is steam. Good, I've got steam. I might need to change out this die. This one keeps rolling ones.
I will give you a +1 from using Orwell.
Okay. So it's good, a 10.
Oh my god.
Incredible. So, Carol, you recite this poem. You look Orwell dead in his eye sockets, and you whisper this poem, and Orwell goes, do it quickly. And then you rip his leg out, and he just like collapses into a pile of bones. And then you take his leg and you swing it and you smash the window, and glass goes spraying out into the wind. You were like panting, you were holding this femur bone like a mad woman. Your hair is tousled, your glasses are askew. You like Hulk moded. It's like those tales of Mother who like got a surge of adrenaline and lifted a car.
Oh my god.
Carol like tosses the bone to someone. I don't know who. It's just like, I'm so sorry. Put it back together.
You
And
toss
climbs
it back
out the
into
window.
the pile of Orwell, and Orwell goes, I knew I should have taken a horse carriage.
Carol's climbing out the window on top of the train.
Oh
my God.
gosh! Oh no!
Yeah, Oswald's not gonna follow that. Like, Oswald's tiny. He'll get blown off with a
I was
single
gonna
wind.
say,
Like,
Carol has gone completely feral. You are absolutely correct.
go, Carol, go! Go,
One
Carol,
of Carol's
go!
fears is losing Tommy.
Yeah, go for it. Oswald's cheering you on.
Yay!
Go, Carol!
This will be Skidoo, I'm gonna say.
I was gonna say that.
Well, it's Steam, so that's something. Okay, so it's -2 plus 2, because I don't have that. So, plus is 0, that's a 9.
On a 9, you escape it, create a complication, you leave something behind, you take something with you, you create tracks, etc. Okay, you absolutely are leaving Osmond behind.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oswald's fine with
And-
that.
Carol, in your haste, what you didn't realize is you didn't toss the femur bone back to Orwell.
Oh,
You
no!
still have the bone in your hand.
Oh
She's like climbing outside of it and like subconsciously using the bone to like stick into the grooves to like pull herself up, and she gets to the top, looks in her hand and goes,
no!
oh no.
You hear Orwell's voice emanate from the leg bone.
Oh!
I go, easy there. I'm not a grappling hook. Or any kind of hook for that matter.
For the moment you are, I'm so sorry.
Well, it looks like we're two halves of a three-legged race at this point, madam.
This is too good.
I'm losing my mind.
If you drop me off this train, I will be very miffed with you.
I'm not going to throw you off this plane.
Also,
Sorry.
if you break me on anything, I will also be miffed.
Orwell is my new favorite character in anything at all.
I love Orwell so
Name
much.
any show, Orwell is the new favorite.
Carol is going towards the steam train part.
Mm-hmm. You crawl over,
I think there's usually like an opening on the top to like
Yeah.
let out the heat.
there is. Mm-hmm.
Carol hops in.
Oh my god.
Carol, you land on the back of the biggest, fattest badger you've ever seen, who is in the middle of yodeling.
Oh no! Carol uses Orwell's leg as like a choking mechanism.
No! Tommy is clapping, you crazy woman!
You unhand my brother, you demon!
Carol!
Ah, the conductor. Lovely. Chap, I have been meaning to speak to you about some of the amenities you seem to be lacking on your train. The conductor's like,
And Tommy's like, Carol! Carol! And Tommy's like smacking his like, stop!
Carol eases up a little. Okay, Tommy, thank goodness you're okay. I heard him torturing you.
What? What?
This is insane. This is absolutely wild. Flying in behind you is Irene, who is just like absolutely shocked. She's like, "Oh my gosh, conductor, I don't understand. She broke a window with that bone. She just threw it. She's gone absolutely crazy. Oh, hello, Tommy. I'm so sorry. I didn't know."
He kidnapped my brother.
No, he didn't. I asked politely.
And the conductor goes, "I did no such thing."
I asked weak girl. He picked me out of the room.
I have been spending time with this delightful child.
He likes my knock-knock joke!
I love his knock-knock joke.
Oh. Carol slowly and just kind of ambles down his back. There seems to have been a misunderstanding.
I'm testing my jokes, you see.
And he leans down and he goes, "What do you get when you overfeed a coin?"
What?
What?
A pumpernickel.
I get it now! I get it!
And he claps his massive claws and it shakes the train. The force blows Irene to the side.
I'm gonna go put Orwell back together. And she just leaves.
Carol, after all that, she's just like, this is terrible. Carol, you open the door, you walk back into the first carriage in shame, you put these...
The moment Carol opens the door, Oswin just dives in.
A bat, delightful.
And, perhaps the bat can sing the high parts and I will sing the low parts.
I'm glad he can still sing after being choked.
Sing?
Yeah! Tommy's now humming the tune of the yodeling and is actually on pitch because yodeling is...
Yodeling is already wild.
Yeah.
Carol, as you start to put Orwell back together, you're doing your best to put his pieces together. Orwell goes, "For the first time in a long time, I felt alive."
Oh no!
I'm sorry I tore your leg off. Spur of the moment, you know.
You were stricken with a madness.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it take hold of more level-headed men and women than you, my dear, in the mines. I've seen it. The madness. It takes them. Completely understandable. Meanwhile, in the conductor's train, the absolute best to have Osmond join him, Tommy, in a sing-along. Irene has been, mildly bullied into singing along. And so she is singing awkwardly. Raggedy Ann has now entered into the room and is slowly setting back up the snack cart.
Oswin kind of runs out of breath with one of the notes and is like, "Alright, I'm done. Mr. Badger? I want to get off."
Well, you'll have to get off at our next stop, I'm afraid. I can't stop the train. We need to run the train on time.
Yeah, but if you never stop the train, there won't be a next stop.
But if I stop the train, we'll be late.
Late for what?
I'm not sure. The Marquis, you see, he likes his trains to run on time. Very strict schedule.
What's on time?
Where are we going?
To the next stop, I believe.
But what's the next stop?
Well, there's no need to let me check.
And he turns and pressed against a wall, by his thigh is a piece of paper, and he tries to pull it out and it tears in half. And so he kind of pieces it. He's holding the top half he tore out up to his face, and he leans it over to one of his giant blue eyeballs. He's like,
It says that we would be passing by Hampstead in a little bit, but it doesn't appear that we stop in Hampstead. Let me see.
And he's fishing around, and he pulls out the rest of the piece of paper.
And after that, we'd be going by Littlewood, and then after that we'd be coming up on Toffeewell, I believe.
We just came from Toffeewell.
Yes, of course. And after Toffeewell is Hampstead, and after Hampstead is Littlewood.
And then what's after Littlewood again?
I believe it would be Toffeewell.
But where are we stopping?
He truly looks confused. He does not understand.
Okay. Aslan, let me check. So, you have Toffeewell, you have Hampstead, and you have Littlewood. So if we keep going back, those are the 3 stops. Where are we stopping, though? We go from Toffeewood to Hampstead, but we don't stop in Hampstead, right? Right, Mr. Badger?
He scratches his nose.
Then from Hampstead, we don't stop, we go to Littlewood. But do we stop in Littlewood?
No, we pass by Littlewood. We're expected to.
So, but then after that, we go past Toffeewell again. So where do we stop?
Tommy, if you want to make a case for stopping the train, I would like you to roll grift, yeah.
I have grift. Hell yeah! Okay.
And since Osmond has been helping you, I'll give you a +1 to this.
Hell yeah!
Alright.
That's a 12.
Incredible.
Right.
They trust you and they will do what you say.
This badger loves Tommy. Tommy is his
you've
favorite.
already rolled grift. I had it written down that you had to get multiple successes on him.
Yeah.
That was a 12, you said?
Yes, and the last one was an 11, so.
All right, so that does it, actually. He goes,
Yeah! Tommy being adorable is what gets us through.
Well, if it's an emergency, I suppose I could be made to stop at one of the places. I suppose, as long as it doesn't take too long. We can't delay the train. The Marquis will be very upset.
I think at this point you're ahead of schedule.
Would you need to be let off at Hampstead, or do you believe you'd need to be let down at Littlewood?
Anywhere.
Besides Toffeewell. That's
Well,
what
I
Tommy
believe
says.
we'll be coming up on Hampstead.
Okay.
I'll stop the train.
and he shoos you all out so he can turn. It appears that turning around is a difficult process for him.
Would literally smash us against the door.
Yeah, it would be a whole thing. And he pulls a lever, and the train comes to a screeching stop at a train stop in the very nice town of Hampstead.
We should tell the boar that he's arrived.
Yeah.
And Tommy goes, "Thank you, Mr. Badger. It's nice sitting with you." And he's waving.
It was a pleasure to sing with you as well, little Tommy. What a delightful child.
The walls of the train kind of make doors and open them. You see Beauregard, the cobbler, get up and kind of squeeze himself through the doorway, and he pops out and lands on the ground with his little bag and goes,
Oh, of course. That's the lovely thing about the trains in the Marquis. The trains always run on time. Delightful.
and he kind of hobbles off into Hampstead. We see Orwell, who kind of looks around and goes, I don't believe this is my stop, actually. And he sits back down. And the little beetles hop down, and they also crawl out. And we see in the back of the caboose, we see Herbert, who is slowly and tentatively getting off of the train with his duffel bag.
How long has that kid been on here?
He looks around, and kind of like pushes up his hat for the first time and takes the toothpick out of his mouth, and he goes, "Huh. Weird." And he
Tommy
tosses
sees-
the toothpick at the train, and he walks off.
And Tommy sees Urban and he's like, "Liar!" So he shouts it.
Yeah, Osmond also joins in. Meanie!
Herbert looks back and like, what can I do? Because this is like our more child safe. He already he already flicked his toothpick at the train. Oh, you know what? He sticks his tongue out at the both of you. And like throws his hands to the side like, what are you gonna do? And then like turns around and walks around.
Tommy starts trying to go after him.
Carol, Tommy is like wiggling off of the train. As Tommy is tearing off, you hear a psst, hey.
What?
You turn, on your shoulder is Irene, the red butterfly. And she goes, I gotta get out of here. You can't leave me on this train.
Carol slightly lifts up her hat to let her in.
This absolutely has to be a move.
What?
Is it?
Yeah, the conductor doesn't want Irene to leave.
But the conductor's not seeing this.
That would be what the roll is for, to leave without the conductor noticing.
Is this a grift?
Or skidoo, or
We're not running yet.
cause mischief?
I guess it's escape.
It could be cause mischief.
Cause mischief. I would also take skidoo.
Can I maybe roll something I'm good at for once this round?
Oh, Carol.
You can step up and protect the...
Oh, I would let you
could.
do that. Step up, yeah.
Alright.
But, I mean, skidoo is still something you're good at, Jamie. It's also steam.
Yeah, but it's a -2 + 2, so it's a 0.
What'd you get on step up?
That is a 7.
You protect your friend, but put yourself into imminent danger. Okay, I'm gonna do classic DM's thing. I will let you sneak Irene off the train under your crown, but someone will notice that you did that.
I can handle it, it's fine.
Okay. You step off the train and you hear Irene whisper, "Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it." And with everyone off, the conductor goes, Right. Well, this has taken far too much time. We're several seconds behind schedule, and I would hate to... Marquis would have my hide." And he pulls the lever, and the doors, like, magic themselves back shut and then disappear into the wall, and the train, like, peels out of the station.
Carol kind of waves after it.
The train takes off. Somewhere in the wood, we see a figure, tall, lanky, skeletal, with a wolf-like head, bits of vegetation and plant life growing out from underneath his suit. He kind of like twists his head a little bit, and then he reaches his hand out, and we see one of the Hollow Guard, the Nutcracker creatures. This Nutcracker is painted to look like Frankenstein. It walks up and it places a clipboard in his hand, and he like scrolls down a list of names, and he's like,
Let's see. Carol, Oswin. Herbert, Irene. Naughty Irene. has left her post.
And he kind of rubs his gloved hands together. And he hands it back to the Frankenstein Nutcracker. And he goes,
Disobedient children will have to be dealt with.
and then we cut back to our kids heading off into Hampstead, which is a very nice town in the woods. Much bigger and much more fleshed out than Toffeewell. It's more of a town and not like a small village. And it is bustling. It is filled with boar people. Like, they're all these really big, like, pigs with tusks and very thick matted fur that are getting along. Carol, as you're walking, you lift up your crown and out flutters this scarlet red butterfly. And she goes, "Thank you a lot. Sorry. My name is Irene."
Hi.
It's nice to properly meet you. I know we met on the train, but that wasn't really,
Formalities.
Yeah. I owe you. I've been stuck on that train for a really long time.
No. You don't know us.
No, I'm seriously, thank you. And thank you, Tommy and Oswin. You convinced the conductor to stop the train. I haven't been able to do that.
Did you sit with him and just spend some time? Not just going through and doing job. I mean, sit. He seemed really lonely.
That conductor was really dumb.
I didn't know any of the songs. I mostly just know, the Backstreet Boys.
No, I didn't know any of the songs.
Yeah, I noticed.
But he just was lonely. He just wanted to have someone talking to him.
I guess. I was sent to the train to, find myself, I guess, and I ended up serving snacks with Raggedy Ann. Oh, shoot, Raggedy Ann.
Is Raggedy Ann?
Oh no.
That's what Tommy was about to be like, is Raggedy Ann gonna say okay?
I don't know. I don't know if, Raggedy Ann was, a person?
I mean...
So are you a person too? Like a kid?
Yeah, I'm I'm a girl.
Yeah, me too. Well, no, not a girl. I'm a boy.
I'm a girl.
What happened to you?
I ate a pumpkin from a witch's garden when I was really hungry. And now I'm a bat.
Well, now I don't want to say my thing.
Go for it. I'm a pumpkin kid.
No, you'll think it's stupid.
No.
This is a judgment-free zone. You saw what I did.
I wish to be a butterfly.
That's cool. That's fun.
And then you got bored of it.
No, I thought I could change back, but it's kind of a one wish, one ticket kind of deal.
Wait. Where did you wish?
I don't know, somewhere in these woods.
Like a wishing well?
This whole place. No, not a wishing well.
Okay.
It was like a lady. I guess you could call her a witch.
Where is this witch?
I don't know, man.
I don't know
Somewhere in
either.
these stupid woods.
I'm just trying to find out. Maybe she can help us get home.
Yeah, I've kind of been looking for a cottage again,
That's
too.
what I asked her. She said she couldn't grant that wish because it would go against her agreement with the Marquis.
Why does everything go back to the Marquis?
The Marquis is a meanie.
Because the Marquis is big and...
Yeah.
He's a Marquini. No.
Oofa doofa.
That's what my mom drinks.
That was terrible.
That's what my mom drinks. I love that.
Well, anyway, I guess I'll take off, or I could hang with you guys for a little bit, but I don't really know. I've never been to Hampstead before.
Cool, neither have I.
Huh, yeah. So the kids take off into Hampstead, and the camera pans out and starts looking out over this large, bustling town full of pigs. We see the Anderson siblings and Irene and Oswin wandering off. We see Herbert walking with purpose towards a nearby schoolhouse and throwing open the door, and the teacher and all of the children looking back at him. They are all boars and little pigs, and he scans the desks and then slams the door shut and storms off. And we see back on the train, we see Raggedy Ann offering Orwell the skeleton a little pumpkin pie, and we see a very large badger singing and making jokes to himself all alone.
Hey Mark Experience listeners, it's end credits time. I know you love hearing this part, but I like to remind you guys that you can find us on Tumblr, Instagram, and even TikTok. And if you like to buy the music, you can buy it all at markexperience.bandcamp.com. We also have a constantly growing collection of merch at redbubble.com/people/mark-experience, where you can buy posters and shirts and stickers and all that. If you want to support your favorite editor and musician, you can head over to my Ko-fi account at ko-fi.com/Jamie Remy. That's spelled JAMIEREMY. Mark Experience can be located basically anywhere podcasts exist now, so you can listen wherever's easiest. See you next episode!